Hello, hello, hello. Hola.
Hola.
Hola. Great information so far?
Yeah.
Learning a lot?
Yeah.
Glad you came?
Yeah.
Happy you made the decision?
Yeah.
Put your kids somewhere else? Anybody who has kids? My kids are somewhere else. Who knows where my kids are? I don't know. So, let's talk about how to generate a different kind of income. This is one of my favorite topics to talk about because there's so many different ways that we can make money in the insurance opportunity. As we already know, one of the main ways that we're all learning is through direct sales, yes? Going out there and helping the people, for sure. That's number one. And it's not just the first time though, right? Because we get an advance when we help someone, and then we get paid in the back end. 10, 11, and 12. There's the second way we get paid. What about on certain products like IULs that have renewals for 5 years and 7 years? That's the third way we get paid. Pretty cool. So that's 3 different ways that we get paid. But did everybody in here know that there is a 4th way to make money? And if you do it correctly, you can make 10 times the amount of money than you do writing off your own pen. Now, this subject of building an agency is not going to be for everybody. We understand that. Not everybody wants to deal with other people other than their clients, and that's okay. I have found that when you take the time to invest in yourself through reading books, through audios, watching YouTube, finding a mentor, that is when all of a sudden your mindset begins to change and your thought process of wanting to help other people other than your clients begins to change. See, the two go hand in hand. It's very difficult to be able to lead other people if you haven't developed the leadership skills yourself. And so, I have an undergraduate degree from West Virginia University. Mountaineers. Go Mountaineers. I have my master's degree from YouTube. My master's degree came from a gentleman called Jim Rohn. My master's degree came from Tony Robbins. My master's degree came from Cardone University and Gary Vaynerchuk. And I could go on and on. That's where the master's degree comes in. The doctorate degree now that I'm going towards comes from a higher level of learning through an application on my cell phone called Audible, where there's certain books. I have ADD. There's only certain books that I can read before my mind starts wandering. Anybody else have that same problem? Yes? Get through a page and then all of a sudden you're 2-3 pages in, you're like, oh my God, what did I just read? I gotta go all the way back. That's why we should use a highlighter, right? And so there's certain books, like Tony Robbins' book, Money Master the Game. Money Master the Game, the book is like this fat, so there's no way I could get through that bad boy, right? So I took it on Audible. And what he does is he has sections of the book, and he calls it, for instance, like chapter 1, but then it's like chapter 1.1, 1.2, and then it's like chapter 1.27, and then chapter 1 is done. And so I found, and what's really cool about this book, guys, is he is all about IULs. He loves indexing. He loves the IUL. He loves indexed annuities. He talks about it over and over and over again in his book, Money Master the Game. So there's a great one for you. And again, if you're like me, download the application. It's free to your phone. It's called Audible. And it's just a higher level of learning. One of the things that I learned very quickly was that a negative mindset was never going to attract people to you. Never. It's going to... What is a negative mindset, you think, going to do to other people when they're around you? Huh? Pull them down. Repel them from you. Right? People are not physically attracted, but people are attracted to people who know where they're going in life, yes?
Yes.
People who have a plan, yes? People who have an understanding as to a system that is duplicatable, that other people can plug into, like this, for example, right? That can show you how to make extraordinary results, help a lot of people, and pack out your bank account. And I think that all three ingredients are a great recipe for success. Would you agree that that is a phenomenal recipe for success? And so when you find this other part of the business, which is building an organization and instilling your time, which is your greatest asset, make no mistake about it, your greatest asset on earth is your time, because we don't get it back. And when you can begin to instill your time into other people, people who deserve your time, that is going to be the key. Not everybody is going to be deserving of your time. And you're going to need to know and identify who those individuals are in your agency, who you want to spend the most time with. And here's what I'll share with you. When building an agency, people will yes you up. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and study for the course. Yes, I'm going to go take my test. I passed my test. Yes, I'm going to get contracted. I've gotten contracted. Yes, I'm going to get out in the field. Why aren't you out in the field? Yes, I'm going to buy leads. You still haven't gotten leads. So people are going to yes you up, and then some people will follow through on every yes that they say. Yes? Yes, they will, 100%. People will do as they say they'll do. But what you'll find, unfortunately, is that a whole lot of people will not follow through on what they say they're going to do. Life gets in the way, folks. Kids, job, financial hardship, craziness. 6 weeks ago, I went blind in my right eye. I had a detached retina in my eye, out of nowhere. I'm less than 1% of the population that this could happen to. Now, I had two options. I could literally put my agency on hold, tell Mike stop my leads, and just completely stop everything that I was doing at the time. And less than 24 hours after my surgery, I was standing just like this in my kitchen, scheduling appointments to clients, doing three-way calls, using my microphone on my phone to leave messages and group messages on Facebook Messenger. See, our circumstances can either dictate a success story, or they're going to leave us back in a whole world of pain. And we all have reasons why we can't do things. Look, we're all humans, right? We all have stuff. We've all got problems, right? Some people's problems are worse off. And that's one thing that I did realize is I'm blessed. Why? Because I got another eye. And there's a lot of people out there who have a lot worse than I do. Like Ed just talked about. Folks, God forbid, who have strokes. And God forbid, cancer. And God forbid, the loss of a loved one. So who knows what that doctor's report might look like. And so we have options in life on whether or not we're going to let our circumstance raise us up or keep us down. And so you have to be in a position of strength in order to be able to lead others. Now here's what I'll share with you. As we move into 2018, I believe that the shift has officially moved to social media 1,000%. And that smartphone in our pockets, you can use it to scroll through your Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat feed all day long and let it consume your time, or you can use it as a money-making machine. I like to use it as a money-making machine. I love the fact that my cell phone is all I need anywhere in the world, and it's going to make me money. And so will this. And so will this. And so I'm going to give you a couple key things that you can do to begin to incorporate. One of the main questions I always get asked is, in today's world, don't I need to brand myself? Do I need to have a brand? Do I need to have a corporation, an LLC? Do I need to be set up in that way? And the answer is, in the beginning, you really don't. You are you. How you communicate. People will do as you do and not as you say. And if you're showing an exemplary, going out there, you're selling policies, you're scheduling calls, you're helping people in the field, you're doing all the necessarily fundamentals in order to make money from the direct sales side, well, people will naturally follow you in that endeavor based on the results that you've had. And so that's one way that you can show people without having to have a brand, without having to have some sort of LLC set up. Is it good for the future and for tax write-offs? Absolutely. But it's not necessarily required. So here's one thing that I'd like for you to write down, something called the 80-20 rule. 80-20. What does this mean? This means that 80% of the content that you put out, that the millions and millions of people on social media will see, has to be 80% not about your business. Has anybody in here ever heard of this thing called a Bitcoin? Why do we all know about Bitcoin right now? Somebody call it out. Why do we know about Bitcoin? Because everybody is an expert and they are throwing up all over social media about Bitcoin. Literally, throwing up all over you. And some people are signing up for the Bitcoin. Be careful who you follow. Everybody's an expert. But when it comes up in the feed, don't you kind of feel like it's very spammy? Is that very spammy? Do we all know the health and wellness folks who do the network marketing companies? And they're always pushing out my product, right? Here's the before picture, and here's Emily afterwards. Look at the difference. I'm not taking anything away. Emily did a phenomenal job losing 50 pounds. She looks phenomenal in a two-piece bathing suit now. But the point is that that's all you see. That's all you see is my business, my business, my business, my business, my business, my business, my business. People aren't attracted to that. You're going to get less than 1% of the people to ask you about what you do when you spam like that. Here's the better way to do it. The better way is to promote things about your lifestyle. Where have you been? Where have you traveled to? If you have children, and I'm not saying spam out your children like that on Facebook or Instagram, right? Because sometimes we want to keep some sort of privacy. Obviously, be careful about who you're accepting. That's a totally different conversation. But you want to put out their lifestyle, family, the core of who you are as a human being. Because who you are as a human being is not insurance. It's not financial services. And in case you weren't aware, we are not in the insurance business, folks. Who here thinks that we're really in financial services? We're in the people business. 100%. Make no mistake about it. And the better person you are, the more people you will help. So family, lifestyle, kids, where have you been? Where have you traveled to? What are some of your success stories that you've had in the past? What are some of the exciting things that are happening with you today? And then, every once in a while, you can drop something in there about your business. But don't talk about the company. See, if you went to my Facebook page and you scroll back, you'll never see anything that is tagged as Freedom Financial Solutions. Never. You'll never see anything on there. What you will see is recognition to my team, to this organization, to the things that we do. And here's what somebody who's watching you will think. They're positive. They put out positive affirmations. They seem like their family is well put together. They seem like a stand-up woman or a stand-up man. And look at that. They're having a ton of success. What is that thing that they're doing with all those numbers where this guy, does that say that that guy did $72,000 in a month? Does that say that that guy did $25,000 in a month? $15,000 in a month? Is that what that is? What is it that they're doing? See, curiosity killed the cat. Dangle the carrot. Because if everybody knows about what you do, what do they need to reach out to you for, right? Makes sense. So you want to attract market. Attraction marketing. You want to let them see you for who you are, drop a little thing about your success and your business, and then go right back to what it is that you were doing. That's one way of doing it. It's something called jab, jab, right hook. I want to write that down. It goes in conjunction with 80-20. Jab, jab, right hook. That's what it's called. So you jab, jab. Positive content, positive affirmation, family, lifestyle, right hook business. Make sense? 80-20 rule. Here's the other thing. We don't need everybody. And Mike, we mentioned that yesterday about, how come we're not building faster? We actually talked about it again last night. I now am turning people away on a weekly basis. And people hit me up. I just had a woman hit me up 2 days ago. And she was asking me all these questions. And then she said, you know what? Where can I see more? So I dropped her into my community. I have a community on Facebook, has a little bit over 130 people in it. And that community is made up of testimonials, of people like Lamar Anderson, doing the right thing in the field, crushing it in the home. People like Joe Skelly, Matt Lusky, Travis. These individuals, Todd Pickering, guys that are just out there. I forget how to say her last name, but Leva, first day out in the field, 9,000 AP. And what we're doing is we're creating this community of people having success. And so I don't need to be the one, and you won't need to be the one to explain your opportunity. Even when they ask about it. Hey, what do you do? What are you into? Now you have a place to bring people to that they can see the environment of what we do. How many of us asked or presented this event to someone and they didn't come? I know I did. And they didn't show up. It's okay. I did. I had a ton of people. I had some people tell me, yes, I'll be there. Right, I'll be there. Where are you? I'm not there. I know this. Where are you? So, if you bring them into a place, a safe haven, a place where they feel good about what they're seeing, and it's not coming directly from you, but it's coming from 20 other people, how much more powerful is that to the person who inquired about your opportunity? Because it's all kind of coming together, right? And so, one of the things that we like to do is we like to do what's called recruiting up. Because I want you to think of it like this. If you recruit up to somebody who has more experience, maybe they're a business owner, for instance. Business owners are phenomenal individuals to recruit into our opportunity. Why? Because who do you think business owners know? Other business owners, yes. And what is one of our main products that are so amazing for a business owner? IULs. What has one of the highest persistency rates? IULs. So we've got a good prospect with a good product and a phenomenal company. Another great recipe for success. And so if you recruit a business owner, you recruit an entrepreneur, you recruit somebody who ran franchises before, and maybe they ran into a hard time, and now they're looking for another opportunity. Man, we've got an opportunity here to literally print money. Literally. Make as much money as we want. No cap on commissions. No ceiling. Your income is solely dependent upon how self-developed you are and how well you absorb training like this, and most importantly, how quickly you take action. Here's the 3 things that you cannot have when building an agency. An ego. Ego will kill you. An ego will hurt you. You can't have a chip on your shoulder. And you can't have an arrogance about you. Spoke to a gentleman who I've known for 7 years from a previous industry. We got on the phone. He's been in final expense for 2 years, and he believes that he is God's gift to insurance. Sold a couple final expense policies, had some success, and he literally peppered me, like as if I was on the jewelry stand. about what I'm doing. And finally, I just said, Chris, listen, you're a good guy. You're a man of faith. You're a family man. I like you. I like your family. Like, you're a good person. But this is not going to be the right opportunity for you. He was like, what do you mean? What are you saying? And I'm like, what I'm saying is, do you even hear yourself on the phone, my friend? Do you even hear what you're saying to me? How you're delivering what you're saying, your tone. You're not probably, you don't talk to your wife like this. So why would you talk to me when I'm the guy that could probably take your income from $75,000 a year to $275,000 a year? You're missing it. Call me back in 6 months. Bye, Chris. True story. Okay? He's a good dude. He'd be great here. He'd be charmed. But he's got this, right? Has an arrogance about him. That doesn't belong here. So you want to recruit up business owners, A players, anybody who's done some form of direct sales, phenomenal individuals. Here's what happens when you recruit people who are, quote unquote, there's nothing wrong, but they're quote unquote, maybe they're just looking for a job. There's a different mentality. And I'm not down on jobs. I'm just huge on opportunity. And there's a difference between how the perspective is and how people look at our opportunity. A lot of times they look at it and they say, well, what kind of a job is it? How much are you going to pay me salary? What are the benefits? And a lot of times having these conversations, it's something where even though they love what you say and they love how it's delivered, sometimes they can't get over the fact that there's no padding of a salary and there is no benefits. And they also, too, will start your business. Once you've explained the information well enough and they've seen enough people have success, they will actually get started in the opportunity. And they're also one of the first ones, a lot of times, who say, I also would like to build an agency. But a lot of times they go like this. My neighbor has been unemployed for 6 months, and he needs a job. And now he's going like this. Again, I'm not criticizing, I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just explaining that he has not now recruited up. He's recruited down. Why? Because he wants to help, and I get it. We all want to help. But how much more difficult is it to recruit somebody into an opportunity like this, where you are an independent agent, an independent entrepreneur, that does require, if you don't have an amazing warm market, you're going to have to purchase some leads. Now, if you're unemployed and you're struggling to pay the mortgage, and they're looking to take that, possibly a car out of your driveway, is this really going to be the right fit? I'm not saying that our opportunity is not for everybody. I'm saying that you're going to want to spend your time with people who you can develop, who don't necessarily need to have their hand held the entire time. I will tell somebody who maybe is unemployed that once they find a job, please contact me back. And then you'll be in a much better position mentally that I can then better prepare you for our opportunity. You have to be firm on this because it's your business. It's your business. And if anybody in here has ever ran a traditional business, I'm sure you were very particular on who you hired to be on payroll, yes? I'm sure you just didn't hire just anybody because they look good, they smell good, and they said the right things. That doesn't always cut it in this world. And so you have to be strict on who you're hiring here in the same format. Personally, it will make you feel so much better to know that you've been able to help everybody that you can. Whether that's somebody who works at a full-time job like a Matt Lusky, who does 45 hours a week and then goes out in the field after 5 and 6 o'clock during the week. He works Saturdays, he works Sundays, He's now a $15,000 a month producer on a part-time basis. That gentleman right there gives me so much self-fulfillment. I feel so good to see a guy like that win. It feels so good to watch a guy like that win. To watch a gentleman like Dave Sumner. Dave Sumner, brand new to the insurance business, has a personal training business, never sold insurance before in his life, just came back from Japan, is having one of the best weeks in his insurance career. And I would never tell you to turn anybody away based on what they do for a living. What I am saying is if you want to have a multi-million-dollar agency, surround yourself with people who are better than you. People who can uplift you in different areas and uplift your business. That is how you will excel in this. So again, to recap, attraction marketing, personal development, recruit up, create a community, and a mastermind group for your team, and always, always, always make a big deal about the next event, because it is the most important event that they'll be at, especially the ones who weren't here with you today. My next event is going to be in 4 weeks from today, and every 4 to 5 weeks, I run an event, and I run an event, and I run an event, because we're always having new people, and we're always rolling out something new that everybody can learn. And the one common denominator between guys like Mike Schless and Joe Skelly and myself and Brooks is that we never miss an event. And in all my years of insurance, whether I like the company or not, I never missed an event. And I was always able to take something away. Just like I know all of you here today have had an opportunity to take away from this event. So I wish everyone the best. Enjoy lunch. I hope I didn't take up too much time. And thank you again.
One more thing before lunch. We're going to break.